Okay. So hopefully you both guys are in the same page. I think we have discussed about the recording option. So in the recording, we have discussed about basic recording, and also we have discussed about the desktop recording. With the help of these two recordings, we have performed notepad task and we have changed the format automatically. And we have also seen like what is happening internally. I mean, modifying the selectors with the help of HTML code of that particular application. Our UI path is highlighting, identifying that particular element. So if we can modify that code means, I mean, we can able to change for the dynamic values as well, which means it should not work only for the single named application. I mean, whenever we can say untitled notepad, it should not work only for the untitled notepad. So we have made a change in a selector to make sure that should work for any named notepad. I hope you guys are clear on that, right? I mean, just let me know if you're having any question.
Sir, yesterday I have tried with basic and desktop recording. So I was getting the output, but after going to the font style, so we have to click on OK. So I have done that words after debugging that one. So it is not going from OK button. It is stopping there only. So shall I share my screen to whether it is correct or is there any problem? I have
Yes,
done any
please.
mistake in that.
Yes, please.
Yeah,
I'm
one
just
second.
making you as admin. Yeah, you can share me. So there is a screen share option. Yeah, I can see your screen.
Yes.
Yeah. See, there is a problem. Okay. I mean, as I mentioned, like there is a duplications will happen. I mean, whenever you recorded format button and whenever you recorded font button, one additional pop-up will come from UI path. Okay. Do you want to pass through anchor based or what? So we have to
Yes, that
click
I am
on do not
clicking.
hold on a minute.
Yes,
So we have to
I'm clicking
select that.
the. Yeah.
Wait a minute. We have to click on do not show that and we have to click no button. So after that, again, we are re-recording the format button. Again, we are re-recording the font button. Am I right?
Yes,
So
correct, sir. I have
this
done the same.
particular time, what is happening means we are recording format button and font button two times. So that is what is reflecting there. I mean, you can see after type into activate, there is one format button. So next there is one font button. Again, there again one more font button is there. Then again one more font button is there. So which means there are duplicate values are there. You just think once, your notepad would be open. Your notepad, I mean, your UI path has written something in the notepad body. It clicked on the format button, it clicked on the font button. Again, you are re-clicking on the format button one more time. So that is why it is having a problem. You just delete the format button and font button once. I mean, it should be only one time should reflect.
Sure.
Yeah, just delete font button as well. You got why we are deleting, right?
Yes, yes, yes. Oh, there is a duplicate action. It is
Hmm,
in listed in this. So
that is good. Now we just
I'll.
save this and run one time. Save and run.
Yeah, one second.
Remember, whenever you modified something, you should save it. Wait. I think you did not open untitled notepad again, it seems.
It's already open.
Just take that in front of you if that is already opened.
Yes, sir. It's working.
It's working, right?
One second.
Okay, no problem there.
Yeah, it's
Super.
working. Yeah,
You
thank you,
have
sir.
shared
Thank you.
only a UI path screen. That's why we're not able to
Yes,
see
yes,
even
yes, yes,
notepad.
yes. Yeah.
No worries. If
So
the
no, it's
problem
working.
is resolved, means that is fine.
Thank you.
Great, Dinesh. Great. I'm sharing my screen. So hopefully, Imran, you were also clear on this task, right?
Yeah, clear.
Okay, great then. So today we'll see about the web application automation. So what is mean by web automation in the sense, I think till now you guys have performed some tasks with Notepad. Notepad is a Windows-based application, or we can call that as desktop-based application as well. Why we are calling that as desktop-based application? To work with that, you do not require internet connectivity. That is why that is a desktop-based application. But now we are working with one application. That application should require internet connectivity to use that. That is why we are calling that as web automation. For example, to that, any URL, I mean, any browser based, I mean, when any URL you are searching at google.com or facebook.com, anything, these all the things are called as web based applications. So now we are going to use this web automation. So I'm just going to create a new sequence. So let me just open the next tab. Okay. So I'm just going to create a new sequence. This is for web automation. Okay, so as we discussed earlier, whatever the task you are going to perform, the task, each and every steps, you have to put it in a notepad in every step. Okay, then only you start working initially. So first I'll explain you what is my requirement. Requirement in the sense, what is the task I'm just going to perform now? I just want to launch one of the URL. I mean, I just want to open one of the browser. So in that, what I can tell is under bookmarks. Yeah. So let's work with this particular report. Okay. So what is this report means? This is a URL. This will give a COVID-19 reports for all over the world. Okay. I mean, how many positive cases are there? How many deaths are there? How many negative cases are there? How many recovered cases are there? Etc. Etc. Things. So this is providing by Google. Okay, this is genuine information. This is a genuine portal for COVID-19 report. So you can see here, whenever I launch this URL, you will land it into this particular web page. So you can see here there is a table is there. Okay, so in this table you can see on every country, so how many total cases are there, how many new cases are there, but within last 24 hours, I mean, how many deaths are there, etc. etc. details it is there. So these details are present for all over the all worlds in this, I mean, all countries in this world. So what I want to do is I want to extract all this data from this website to my data table. I mean, whenever I'm having these all values into my data table, from there I can able to perform any operation, which means I can able to manipulate anything with the help of data table operations. So first, now we are going to get how to we are going to see how to get these values into data table. Remember here we are dealing with two different type of data. Okay, so I can call this is a structured data. Structured data in the sense this is having some constant values. Okay, constant values in the sense I can tell like 1 2 3 4 5 6 columns are there, and also there are specific rows are there. Let's say 100 or 200 rows are there. So I can tell like this is a static data, this is a structured data. So in some places there will be some dynamic values will be the dynamic values in the sense there's an unstructured data. When we can tell one data is unstructured data means there is no specific columns will be there. I mean, there will be a table will be there. For few rows, there will be two rows. I mean, two columns. For few rows, there will be three columns. For few rows, there will be five columns. We don't know, and that too, those values are keep on changing. Okay, from one time to other time. If I just re-log in one more time, some columns will go off, some rows will go off. So that we can call as unstructured data. Of course, about unstructured data, we'll look at in future. So as of now, we just look about how to get the values. I mean, how to automate the structured website. I mean, from the structured website, how to get the values. So let's go with the UI Path Studio. So even you guys are missed on last session as well. Whenever we are working with the notepad, let me just quickly open it, that notepad task. Let's see, that is a basic recording. Okay. So here, what you are doing with the notepad, you are manually opening that notepad and you are trying to perform that activity. Okay. But that is just to have done that just to make you guys to understand. Okay. But your UiPath itself can launch that notepad. For that, yes, of course, we're having some activities. You just go and search for open. Okay. Here you can see open application. This open application can be helpful for you to open your notepad automatically. Remember this. Likewise, even in the web applications as well, web automations as well. Now, I don't want to launch that URL manually. Okay, my UiPath has to launch that within a specific browser. So for that, what I'm doing is I'm just giving open browser activity. Let's drag and drop this. You can see this is an open browser activity. This is expecting a URL. Let me just quickly copy the URL and let me pass it there. Control C, pass it the URL to here. Within double quotes, you just add. Okay. So you just close this application, whatever I have opened manually. So let my UiPath to open now. I mean, you can see for checking purpose, I mean, I just have given URL here. If I just click on this button is to open a new browser session with the current configuration setting, which means with these values, it will open the URL. I mean, if I just click on this, you can see if I just click on this, it will open this URL with one of the browser. Okay. So you can observe here, you can able to configure your browser as well. Currently, you can see it has by default it opened with Internet Explorer. Remember, default browser for UiPath is Internet Explorer. So yes, of course, you have an option to change that browser. You just select this. You are having option for browser type. Okay. Just select here. You can able to see all of your browsers. Let's give Chrome. I mean, Chrome will be a little faster than Internet Explorer. Okay. I'm just closing this and I'm just relaunching this one more time. You can see it is opening in a Chrome. This URL is launching successfully. I hope you guys are clear till here.
Yes, sir, it's clear.
Okay. So my next activity, what is my next activity? I just want to get all these values into my data table. Just go back to studio. Now what I want to do is I want to perform web recording. You can see this is a web recording. So if I click on this, you guys know how to do that. I mean, recording will get start. So from where do you want to extract the values? You just go and move your mouse. It will highlight in a green color, blue color box. You just click on that. By that, all values will come. So you already familiar with that. So remember, even in the real time as well, we will not use this web automation. Okay. For replacing of this web automation, we are having another option that is called as data scraping. Of course, these two options would be very similar, but to compare to this web automation, your data scraping is having some additional functionalities. Whatever the options are present in this web automation, those all options definitely will be present in data scraping. And also this is having some additional functionalities. That's why instead of using web automation, we directly will go with the data scraping option. Even in the real time as well, we will never use to go with the web automation because all the features are available here. So let's you guys also to be familiar with the data scraping option. Let's perform this activity with the data scraping option. Okay. If I just click on the data scraping option, you can see try to understand this window options. It is asking me as a first option, open your browser or application or document and navigate to where you want to extract data from. I have already opened the browser and I navigated where I want to extract data from. My first point is clear. Second point, press next in this dialog box and hand over your mouse cursor over a data source field, which means after you click on the next button, you just move your mouse where you want to extract the data from. That is what it is telling. Click on that field. I mean, you have to click on that field. So this is what we performed when we recorded the notepad task, right? So we have went into that particular application in the body of the notepad. Then we started recording. We have move our mouse. So wherever we need, we just clicked on that. So that is what we did. So that is what it is explaining us now. So just click on the next button. You can see your recording will get activated. Okay, it just almost it is similar to the recording option only. You can see you just go to the first element. So what is the first element? Worldwide. So you just click on that. So by that you can see there is one more pop-up is appear to us. Just read this carefully. You selected a table cell. Yes, that is correct. Would you like to extract the data from whole table? That is what the question. So it is having multiple values in this table. It is asking me, do I need to extract the whole table values or not? Yes, I want to extract the whole values in this table. Just click on yes. You can see your extract wizard got open. What is mean by wizard means this will show you how your result will be. Your result, in your result, these all the things will be appear. Okay, I mean location column and total cases column, etc., etc. This is how it will be. So you can see in your extract wizard, at a single time it will extract of course any number of values, I mean any number of rows. Currently you can able to see here we're extracting 100 columns, 100 rows of data. So if you want to extract 50 rows of data, you can able to provide the value here. I mean it's just based on you again. So if you want to provide all the values from this application, let's say here I'm having 500 rows. So you don't know the exact rows, how many rows it is having. That particular time you can able to provide like -1. -1 in the sense you have to, my UiPath has to extract all the values from this data table, but I don't know the exact count of these values, how many rows of values are available. So as of now, let me just provide 100 rows. Why? Because I want to display this in a message box, right? If I get 500 rows of data means I can't able to close that. So as of now, I'm just providing 100 rows of data. Let's click on finish. You will see one more pop-up here. Let's read this as well. Is data spanning multiple pages? Identify the element that navigates to the next page. It could be a next button or an arrow. What it mean by means, I think in few applications you can able to see there are a common elements will be available in a next page and next pages as well. For example, you can see in the Flipkart application, whenever you are working, whenever you are searching for the one item, let's say for example laptop item, so 20 items you will get in a first page, but you still have a option to go into the next page as well. At bottom you can see the next option. If you click on the next option, you can able to still go to the second page. So in the second page as well you will be have a items. So it is asking in this page as well, do you have that particular next page, I mean multiple pages to go? If yes, if there are multiple pages, just click yes. That is what it is asking. So that we'll see in some other tasks, no worries, probably next sessions. I still have so many points to discuss with you guys about this web automation. So as of now, I'm just telling like, no, I'm not having any of the multiple pages here. Let's click on no button here. You can see here, all data scraping options are appeared here. Okay. So you can see this is a data scraping. Under that, there is an attached window. Under that, we are extracting a structured data table. Structured table. So it is reading all the data and it is storing it in this particular data table. This automatically created a data table also. So have you guys have any confusion on this or it is clear?
No, it's clear. No issues.
Yeah, clear, no issue.
Great. This is just a small task. Of course, in future, we are going to discuss multiple scenarios on this web automation, because in our real time, we will face multiple scenarios, okay, multiple situations. Yes, we definitely will go and explain that with different applications. So what I want to do is I just want to display this in a message box. So before I displayed it in a message box, what I want to do, I want to close this application. To close this application, I'm having an activity called close application activity. You can see this is a close application activity. Just drag and drop it here after scrapping option. Yeah, so this is the data scrapping we are extracting. So let us put that outside of the scrapping. Okay, so it is asking to indicate on screen. Let's click on this button. So just click on the title of this particular URL. This is called as title. Okay, so just click on that. With that, automatically your application will get closed. So once you close this, what you have to do, you just have to extract the data. I mean, just want to show that in a message box. Let's quickly pass that a message box. So I just, what is the data table name? Extract data table. So extract data table, I want to pass it here. So you can see extract data table is not appear here. Could you tell me what is the reason, guys?
So we need to select on the top of the one.
Sorry,
I'm sorry.
my
So
question is extract data table. I'm not able to access from here. What is the reason? Imran, any idea? Dinesh?
Can define the variable.
Yeah, that's what we are already having a variable here. Okay, I mean extract data table.
so that is what,
is a
sir.
data
We
table.
need to click on that about tab.
About tab.
Means that is so extract structured data. So if you click that on that, so we will get the variable.
You can convert I think, output data.
Yeah, that is fine. So, but my question is, from here, extract data table itself is not appear to me. I'll tell you why this is. I mean, this is a basic thing, guys. Just remember, extract data table is created in this particular location, which means you can see extract data table is created. This is a data table variable type. The scope is data scraping. Scope in the sense, the data table can be used within this particular area, which means within this data scraping option only you can able to use it. Within this only you can able to use this data table. So whenever you want to use this particular data table in outside of this scope, you can't able to get it. Why? Because that particular data table is local variable. Local variable in the sense that can be used in inside of this data scraping option only, inside of this container only. Whenever you want to use that within outside of this container, you have to change the scope. You can see this data table scope is within the data sequence now. I mean data scraping a container now. You can see data scraping container here, right? So whenever you want to use it in outside of this data scraping container, you want to change the scope to web automation. So web automation in the sense that is totally everything. So now you can able to use this data variable in any of the location within this whole sequence. Am I clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It's clear.
Just a simple thing. Now in the message box, you can see extract data table is available. If you select it, you can able to get it. Now, my next question. As I mentioned already, data table, I mean, your message box can only receives only the string values, right? But this is a data table value. So it definitely will not able to display. So what is a solution for me now?
So we can
I hope
convert
Imran,
output.
yeah, sometime back you told me that is there is an activity which activity called as output data table. With this data
Yeah.
table we can able to convert data table to string. So here we can able to display the string value. So which means what I want to do, I want to create a new variable here, which is extract data table str. Okay, so what I'm doing is in this output data table, this is expecting input. Let's pass it like extract data table. It will convert into string. The string value just store it in this place, extract data table str. So now in the message box just display as extract data table str. With that our problem will get resolved. So this we have used to convert our data table to string. So what are the actions we are performing here? We are first launching the browser, and we are extracting the data from the application. I mean, all the structured data. We're storing it in a data table. We are closing the application after we read all the data. We are converting that data table into string. So we are displaying that string in a message box. Simple activities, guys. Okay, let's quickly save this. Let me close the application what we have opened manually. Save one more time. Let's run this. Let's observe this. Excuse me. You can see application got opened. It will read the values. It will close the application. It will display it in a message box. All 100 rows. Does it make sense, guys? Is it understandable or any confusion?
It's clear, sir.
Clear. So I want to extract this file into Excel file. Shall we do that?
Yes, we can do that. So probably that you can learn in tomorrow's session. I think you guys are not aware of how
Yeah.
to work with the Excel sheet. So we'll work on that tomorrow. Okay. So I definitely will include the extract all this data into the Excel sheet. Okay. I'll include the task to you guys. Okay, so I just want to end up the session with one of the small topic. So I'm just giving the task to you guys to just try to perform it. Okay. So what is the task means? There is a application called fake name generator. I'm just putting this URL in a chart window. Okay, so when you launch that URL, this is a page you will get it landed. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to read the values from here, which means first I'll tell you what is this application is for. This is an application to see the fake names. I mean, this is not a genuine names. Okay, so here you can see in the first page, in this particular page, you are having one person name, the person address, the person mother tongue, I mean mother's middle name, SSN number and phone number, birthday, date, age, everything, which means all the details of that person you can able to see in this page. So what you want to do, you whenever you have to read the name of the particular person, and you have to read the phone number, and you have to read the birthday. So these three values you want to read it, and you want to put it in a data table, and you want to click on generate button. So when you click on the generate button, automatically these details will go, the new person details will come in front of you. You can see, you just click on the generate button, towner, so this person detail came now. So what you want to do, again from here also you want to extract all the values from here, which means the name, phone number and date of birth. These three values you just want to extract from here. So again you want to come on, you want to click on the generate button, the new person detail will come. So you want to read all three values from this page. So likewise you have to work for the, I mean your automation has to work for the 10% details. I mean in future I maybe ask 100 people as well. I mean it should ask with me as a input dialog box, how many people details do you want to read it. So if I provide it like 10 people detail I want to read it, it has to launch it, it has to read 10 people detail, and it has to close, and it has to show me as a message box. So if I provide in input dialog box is 100 details, 100 details it has to read, and it has to put all the details in message box, it has to display me. This is what I just want to get it. So first you guys try to work for the one value. Okay, let's launch this and let's read this value, and read phone number and read birthday. Okay, these three values just read it and display it in a message box. Tomorrow we'll add it like how to work for the multiple values. Is it make sense, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sure. We'll connect back tomorrow and we'll move forward on this.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Sure, Imran. Thank you. Sure, Dinesh.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you. Bye.
Thank you.